What about professional development? What if a student from their own pocket takes a course and gets a good grade in that course, graduate course? How does it count now? It doesn't, am I right?
You get enough accounts.
What?
You get enough.
Oh yeah, when you do enough of the courses, then you move across the steps and across the ladder, and you have a difference. You see something in your salary. What's going to happen if, for example, you help another teacher, a junior teacher, in terms of sharing your materials? You mentor that teacher. You really spend tons of time with them. Does it happen in the district? Yes.
Yes.
Where does it count?
Well, they do get paid for mentoring. They do get it's a form of merit pay for those teachers who do become mentors.
Okay. What's going to happen if someone is going to say, well, I really want to start some group of students and start some kind of a math club on my own. I will just do it after hours, or I will help them to work on something. How does this count? Well, these are all professional activities which people do, which benefits the students. Well, this could be another category. What do you do professionally? What do you do as a teacher? What do you do professionally? Another category could be, how do you serve your community within the school? And you perform all kinds of duties which all are part of the system. So there could be different types of categories. I'm not trying to define anything for anyone, but there could be different type of categories. How do you contribute to the overall system? And all of this benefits the student. And based on that, you are paid. Well, I lived in this system for 25 years, and it does work. And it prevents people who very often, well, let's say we're all human, we're very often close to retirement. They're going to say, well, why should I write papers? Doesn't matter anymore, I have 3 or 4 more years. Well, you would, because someone is going to look at you and say, well, here's this young person who just got PhD and he has 2 journal publications and you have none. Well, we've got to write something. So it does work, but at the same time, it does not make people look bad. This is not about making other people look bad, but to create a system where we all want to measure to particular benchmarks.
I don't know if my original comments led you to believe that I felt that merit pay was something that could make teachers look bad, or that I was totally opposed to it.
I know you didn't mention
I think what I'm saying is, of course, that would be wonderful to get paid for the hard, the extra hard work that we do. And there are a lot of teachers that do a lot of extra hard work and a lot of extra things and get involved in many different areas in the system. I think what I was trying to say is that I just hope that this doesn't overshadow, because we're just beginning to work towards a lot in this district. I mean, I see it as a teacher. It's good to have new plans. It's good to have curriculum being looked at, being built. It's good to have teacher evaluation after working with a teacher evaluation tool that is outdated, still based on national standards that we do not use anymore. Very outdated as we look at it. As the head of the mentoring district-wide, when I see the new teachers coming in, the help we have to give them, what they're looking for in the system, how can we retain them? What are some of the things we need to do for retention? All of that has been addressed in our new plan, and I guess I'm just hoping that this talk of merit pay, which of course for any teacher who does things like mentoring coordinator, and I'm not, a lot of things in the district and are still very active in the district, it'd be great to get extra for a lot of that. But I think what I'm saying is that I think we need the basics. I think that these basic things, a good evaluation tool, curriculum, even curriculum for all the teachers, that follows, like a cyclical curriculum, more cyclical. I think that when I look at that, I just wanted to make sure that I just want to come across to let you know that I think that those basics are really needed, that foundation. And we can build on that, and then merit pay, I'm sure, in the future would be probably something that you'd want to discuss or keep in the back of your mind, but not to lose sight of the goals that we've already set for ourselves. I guess that's just basically the point that I wanted to make.
Thank you very much for bringing this perspective to the discussion. Thank you. Anyone else?
My name is Joseph Souza, 49 Hancock Street. Some of the first things you talked about when you talked about a smaller system, because we're a smaller town, I think less complication is really what's needed here. When I look at the way the union operates, I can understand that there'd be some apprehension to merit pay, and I gave a lot of thought to that, and that I was one that suggested that we look at tying annual increases in pay to increases in, well, I'm not going to get into the evaluation system, excuse me, yet, but as far as merit pay and the people in the town that are going to have to vote the pay raises that you'll want to give in contracts. And it's my opinion that as we go forward with contracts, that they should be tied to performance in the schools and the things that you've been talking about all night. And as far as individuals getting pay and some not getting pay, to me, that's not the way I think that it should operate. I think that all teachers should get the bonus, and I don't think that the administration should have to be the person that goes around and makes sure that they're doing their job. I think that the NEA leaders, the people that are on the top in our school system, should be the ones that are driving the people that are not performing up to standard. If we have teachers that have become complacent, it should be the other teachers that are motivating them, and by putting stipulations in contracts that say, if you want this pay increase at the end of the year, this is what we want. We want this score to rise. We want whatever programs you talk about. We'd like to see maybe some volunteers that go in and do some extra work with the kids, which they do already, I understand, but maybe we need a little more after school work and things like that. As far as evaluating, the administrator, the school committee, as I said, I think this would have to be negotiated in the contract, because the teachers would have to be part of this team that does the evaluation. But to get the people in this town, because I've heard about program after program. I mean, I moved back here in '92. It was right after the banking crisis. I got pretty much a reality in politics since I've been back, and I've seen class sizes get smaller. I've seen more teachers added, more programs added. Yeah, I haven't, and quite frankly, we've doubled the pay of teachers with 3% increases almost every year for quite a few years. So, I mean, we've done a lot to build, the teacher base, but the scores seem to be, and believe me, I know a lot of parents who, would rather go out on the bass boat than take Billy into the library. That's a lot too. We need to work on the parents. Charter schools seem to be doing something with some sort of a contract that requires the parents to be involved. I don't know if there's something we can do there, but it's not just the teachers that are the problems with performance. We understand that. We're not putting it all on the teachers. I say that the parents that aren't doing what they should be doing for their kids. I know my mother took. I don't even tell you I was a bad student, and I had a hard time reading. And when I went into the military, I went to school. I graduated and still went for another couple of years in the military. Recently, I just hired 2 kids. Well, I don't own the company, but I did the hiring from Tiverton. I got them out of Rogers. They come out of carpentry, and they do pretty well. They can read, they can write, they can read a tape measure. If I tell them to go cut a board to 6 7/8, it comes back 6 7/8. They understand fractions. They can do areas, figure out if I need to pour concrete. I can tell them to measure it out. They give me the area. And these are 2 regular kids that come right out of this school system. But I think we need to do better, because the kids that are going to work in the high-tech jobs, the biotech, the ones we're trying to attract here, biotech, engineers, scientists, those are the people we need to have excel in our schools, and there aren't enough of them. And you hear it when you go to the Chamber of Commerce meetings. You hear the businesses say they can't get the help they need. They have to train the kids. Well, I guess a lot of them will get hired. They hire kids from people come from India and everything else. That's all I need to say. I'm going to keep coming to these meetings. If I have more thoughts, I'll bring them forward. Thank you.